All right, last art criticism together. As always, we are starting with this title information up here at the top. So the artist's name is Dirck von Delen. The title of this artwork, it's a bit of a mouthful. It is Architectural Capriccio with Jephthah and His Daughter. And yes, you do have to write the whole name. And the year it was created in was 1633. Go ahead and fill that information in, pause me and unpause me when you're ready to go to the describe box. Okay, describe. We are going to list 5 things that we see in this artwork. So the first thing we can say is buildings, right? We've got some trees, we've got some statues. We got some people. We've got some stairs. We've got some arches. Anything else we want to say? It's more than 5. If there's other stuff you want to add, go for it. Feel free. Go for it. Both of those words I was trying to say at the same time. Pause me while you finish filling in the describe, and then unpause me when you are ready for analyze. Analyze it is. In complete sentences, we are going to explain what objects are in the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. Use your art vocab terms. Well, that's really the foreground, middle ground, background part. So we know that this is not a simple space. There's a lot of depth going on here, right? So we want to talk about what's in the foreground. So we can say, in the foreground, there are 2 groups of people. In the middle ground, there is arches and columns. In the background, there are trees and sky. Now, obviously, you could say in the middle ground there are statues, or you could say in the middle ground there are stairs, or you could say in the background there's clouds. Like, all of those things are acceptable. You don't have to use the ones I use, but just make sure you name at least one thing in each of those grounds. Go ahead and pause me while you finish typing that up, and then unpause me when you are ready for interpret. All right, interpret. It says this painting, if we scroll down here, make it a little easier. This painting shows a biblical story from the Old Testament that was meant to be a warning. Jephthah is the main person in the story. He was losing a war, and he vowed to God to sacrifice the first thing that exited his house if he could return home victorious. He did, so when he got home, this is the scene that was painted of to illustrate that part of the story. So this scene is showing Jephthah's return and seeing that his only daughter was the first thing that exited his house. Which figure do you think is Jephthah, and which do you think is his daughter? So if we're looking at these figures right up here, who's who? I go over here to interpret. I want you to tell me, like, what is your opinion? What do you think? You can literally call them by, like, it could be like, girl in the yellow dress, like, dude over here with a sheet. I don't care how you describe them. Just tell me who you think is each and why you think it's them. Go ahead and pause me while you write out that sentence, and then unpause me when you are ready for the judgment slide. And the judgment slide. This one we are going to get to pick which aesthetic theory. So you're going to say based on, and then you're going to pick one of the aesthetic theories. So you're going to say based on imitationalism, or based on formalism, or based on emotionalism. One of those 3. This is a either good or a bad painting because. So if it's based on imitationalism, does it look real? If it does look real, it's good. If it doesn't look real, it's not good. If it's based on formalism, It would be a bad painting if the techniques aren't used very well. It's not well painted. But it would be a good painting if it is well painted, if the elements and principles are working well. And for emotionalism, it's good if it makes you feel something, not good if it doesn't make you feel something. So go ahead and make your judgment based on one of those theories, and then you can go ahead and submit, and you are done with art criticisms for our class.